Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. So, I've been looking at our line items here. I think we're a little bit out of balance here. Um, I think subsidies are fine, but we're spending a lot on subvening luxury goods. So I think I need to dial that back a little bit. I'm not gonna stop subvening them entirely, but I'm gonna. Subvening luxury furniture has been, I think, is really a big chunk of our economy here. What about luxury clothes? Are we... Yeah. Ah, gosh. This is such a big part of our trade policy, though. I don't think I can live without it. I want to keep bashing away at our national debt just a little bit, just to get our interest down below 10K. I think I'll feel a little bit better at that point. But before I do that, I'm noticing that we're actually pretty tight on paper. And it's going to make the government more profitable if we can produce more of our own paper. So where am I producing a lot of sulfur? I'm producing sulfur in Tuscany. So let's build up some paper mills here. And I think we're producing sulfur, yeah, in Sicily. So we'll produce a few levels of paper mills here. We'll do 5. So that's going to be a, what kind of an increase is that going to be in our overall... Yeah, that's going to be a pretty substantial increase in the amount of paper. And now we're a little short on steel again. Gosh dang it. And our steel mills are downsizing somehow. Why are our steel mills downsizing? You're profitable, sir. Why are you cutting jobs when you're profitable? This is ridiculous. I'm gonna watch this and see if they actually downsize. But you're profitable. Curious. Okay, so they are hiring. And they're continuing to hire, so this should go away now, right? Alright. Number of employees is going up. That means they're not downsizing. Alright, because this situation where steel is wonky, we can't deal with that. Maybe I should put an export tariff on steel. Because I need that for my market. Okay, there we go. Now it's back to something normal. Ironclads are also a little bit tight. Our military shipyards are producing sufficient ironclads. The ones in Lazio are not. Why not? Talk to me. Because you can't afford the engines, which are also expensive. I think I'm maybe gonna cut export subventions because I want to keep engines in my market. And can I build more motor industries? Would you be more efficient? No, certainly not on water tube boiler. No. Just build a couple more of these. I'm hoping these are not autonomously downsizing because if they are, that would be a huge headache. Because I don't want them to be. We are still in the top 3 producers of stylish furniture, and if we can continue to stay there, then we'll be maxed out goods producers, and that will be very good. So part of the reason we're experiencing a little bit of GDP slippage is because our GDP goes down when we're not building stuff, because when we're building stuff, that uses up a lot of steel. So that's just kind of in the nature of the way our economy is structured. I bet I could get Greece into our power block here. Can I make them a protectorate? Yes, but Russia will step in, and so will Austria, and maybe the USA will as well. I can take the Austrians. I can't take the Americans. Americans might side with me. Do I risk it for the biscuit? I don't think so. I don't think yet. If I'm gonna have to fight a big expensive war, I might just do what I can do. Alright, beautiful. Stylish furniture completed. And now we're developing stylish furniture and hopefully selling that on the export market. Beautiful. So, stylish furniture, all of the furniture we produce. Well, not all of it, but very much a lot of the furniture we produce is stylish. Alright, and a lot of that is being purchased. So we're not currently subvening furniture, and I'm going to keep it that way. Because we should be able to outcompete other industries. But I might go ahead and grant Lazio Home Goods a monopoly on furniture. No, I don't think so. French Empire damaging relations. Gosh darn it, France. Why are you like this? Stop it. Why is the French Empire like this? So again, I want to chip away at my national debt a little bit. I don't want to go up to high taxes. For one thing, because that's going to hurt my legitimacy, although my legitimacy is pretty alright. Maybe I can. My standard of living is okay, although I have quite a few places where my working class are below minimum expected standard of living. In fact, middle class is below minimum expected in Calabria here. Let's take a look at that new agitator we just popped up. A Republican. He likes elected bureaucrats. Alright, well, he'll do that. Let's see. No one likes appointed bureaucrats compared to elected, so let's go to elected. Let me see, this is going to give us less bureaucracy institution cost multiplier. That might allow us to shrink the government. So let's do it. There are some people against this. The positivist movement is against. Well, they can shut it. Maybe then they'll help me secularize the government. Who knows? A little shortage of bureaucracy here. Let's go ahead and just throw a few more government sectors into construction so that we make sure that we're ahead on that. Because I want to get this... Yeah, I want to get healthcare up to the 4th level. Because this is really increasing standard of living significantly. Or will be if I can get there. This number is higher than it's been in a while. Whoa. Occitania has been broken off from the French. I'm gonna get him! Oh no, the British will try and stop me. I'm really genuinely considering if I can take the British right now. Skirmish infantry and shrapnel artillery. I want us so bad. I want to take Occitania as a protectorate so bad. Oh god, it's 72 infamy. I'm not going to do it. But what I can do is maybe I can steal some territory. If I steal Provence, Chile will step in. Britain has a truce with them. Ugh. Alternatively, I could improve relations. Ooh, actually... Hey, Occitania, let's be friends. Is there anything I can, like... So this would allow them to invest in me. They might accept this. 50%. If we give them trade privileges back, that makes it higher. I don't necessarily need this, though. They're definitely not going to give me a state. Let's try this. Let's try this. 57% chance. I could transfer them some goods. I am overproducing quite a bit. I could transfer them some fabric. Fabric is very affordable. They don't want any. They do want sulfur. They don't want it that bad, though. Doesn't seem like transfer goods is that great. Let's try this. 57%. And then we'll be friends, maybe. Very well. Ooh. New mandate. Excellent. We're getting mandates at a decent clip. So if I go with companies too, that gives me a free company charter. Ooh, a free company charter. Oh, that's nice. Let's snag that. So what this does is it lets me do one of these things for free. Yeah, there we go. So now that Lazio Home Goods is producing stylish furniture, we'll let them monopolize our furniture manufacturers. There we go. And that will make our furniture manufacturers more effective, and that puts our health system up to 4. Beautiful. Positivist movement is becoming more active now that we're trying to elect bureaucrats, but I don't think it's a problem because those guys are jerks. It also looks like Corsica is independent now. Can I steal it? 8.3 infamy. Who's going to step in? Austria, Belgium, Occitania, Greece, Morocco. But not Britain, not China, Russia could, not United States, Spain could. I think we've got a land border. I'm not really scared of the Russians. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try it. Let's do it. Let's snag Corsica. Corsica has a certain amount of... Corsicans are a telephone. Yeah. We'll take that territory. Alright. I am going to mobilize... I'm going to do a full mobilization here. We're not going to mess around with this. Where is my fleet? You're way out here in Southeast Asia, in Indonesia. Alright. Come on back. Oh, they're going to take forever to get there, but that's okay. Do I send my other armies? I don't think so yet. Corsica refuses demands. That's fine. I can gank that territory, no problem. I could potentially sway Britain in, but I don't know that I want to pay for what they're interested. And so Austria could try to fight me. If Austria tries to fight me, I'll swap my main army back to the other side. And then I'll put one of my smaller armies over here. And I'll start mobilizing my conscripts. In fact, maybe it's better to mobilize my conscripts now. I think that's right. Then if Austria steps in, I'll step in on them. I'd love to see South Tyrol, which is only 10% Italian, but also historically part of Italy. Also Küstenland. So I have an opportunity to steal those. Maybe not a exactly a glorious opportunity, but a reasonable one, I would say overall. Media endorsements. In the voice of Vasto, a popular newspaper read by the industrialists class across Italy, has published an article by Ferdinando Piccinelli, arguing for the enactment of elected bureaucrats. Putting out a newspaper without promotion is like winking at a girl in the dark. Well-intentioned, but ineffective. Who are we to counteract the voice of the people, reduce enactment time, increase enactment chance, or offer our thanks to the publisher? Slightly reduced bonuses, but happier and stronger industrialists. I'm actually going to go with the second one, because I think I can get the industrialists to stop evading taxes, and then that'll get me better tax income. Let's see if it impacts my tax line. Yeah, there it does. There you go. Perfect. Beautiful. Oh, I'm so good at video games. British going after Jabal Shammar, that's fine. Oh, the North German Federation is ahead of me. Well, there you go. I want to realign my interests a little bit, actually. I got one more. I'm declaring ones all across here, but I want to declare one on Turkey because I want to be able to step in if Austria tries to get up to something dumb to try to grab some more territory off of them. Because I want to expand Italy that way. I think that's a direction that's ripe for expansion. We've got low standard of living, but we don't actually. Occitania sides with Corsica. Well, gorsh, Shaggy. But the escalation didn't stop. And now I can't take the things I wanted. Heck. Gosh darn it. But the escalation didn't stop. Escalation is supposed to stop when you all saw how it went. Escalation is supposed to stop when someone else joins the situation. Alright, well, that's awful. That's the opposite of what I wanted. Does that just straight up break our deal? It does. Oh, wait, no, they declined on that. Alright, well. Okay, that's a little weird, because that's not supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be able to do what I like if they change sides. Okay, here we go. Pressing issues. The ongoing election has drawn attention to the platforms of the various contending parties. Across Italy, the electorate debates which party is worth trusting with the next German government. I've read this this a lot of times. So what do things look like now? Conservative Catholics are now the Catholic Church. Right are now the industrialists. They're projected to get less than 1% of the vote. Agrarian Party 19%, Conservative Catholics 27%, far left 51%. But Conservative Catholics are going to have got a lot of momentum. You get to choose which. This is interesting. I think I'm going to support the Agrarian Party. Maybe I'll continue to support the far left. The Radical Party. No, I'm gonna support the Agrarian Party. If I can get them up above the Conservative Catholics, that'll be good. I've gone through that event so many times. My nerds. I'm just gonna That's weird. I feel like that didn't go the way it was supposed to go. I think I might need to cut another consumption tax, which is not great. Although this one on fish is not optimal at this time. Alright, law progressed to study. Excellent. Rent in this economy? The Catholic Church have formally censured Ferdinando Piccinelli over an unconventional article in the far-left newspaper advocating for disruption of social policies. I would like to express my sincerest apologies for my article in the Gazette on Thursday. At the time, I've been speaking with several fellows about the deplorable state of the renting situation has become in Lazio. Perhaps it is forever too soon to suggest polygamy as a viable solution for the working class. Oh boy! The sanctity of marriage must be protected. Reduce women to the far left. Ferdinando Piccinelli loses some popularity. Catholic Church is slightly stronger. Anything to make renting more bearable. 10% momentum to the far left. Ferdinando Piccinelli increases popularity. Catholic Church lose. So as a brilliant satirist, though, not as an actual supporter of bigamy. Or you could just give them money. Reduce momentum for the far left. Lazio gets calls for welfare, extra labor, and socialist movement pop attraction. Interesting options here. I don't have a socialist movement, but I do have a labor movement. I'll do the second one. I'll do the third one. We'll see what we can accomplish. We are losing this battle here. Just a little bit curious. But hopefully future battles will go better. Is this army not on proper mobilization methods? I feel like perhaps it is not. Some attrition. Oh my! The positivist movement are trying to do a revolution. Well, this sure is going to be interesting. I think I can for sure win this war before that happens. How much occupation of Corsica have I got? 25%. And I'm winning a battle now, so that should be good. I'm also pressing into Occitania. Once again, I would love to have been able to seize some territory over here, but apparently that is not how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to have to try to get elected bureaucrats pretty fast, because if not, this movement's going to become revolutionary. I don't know if the industrialists really dislike that. That seems silly. Damnable French. Where are they in the national rankings now? They're at 6th. Haha, get wrecked. You know, Occitania, I would love for us to be better friends. Well, I progressed to voting. Wonderful. And at this point, I should be able to take what I wish to... Oh, no, not yet. But eventually. God's will. Bonaventura Derques of the Catholic Church has been seen preaching in favor of the conservative Catholics, convinced that their victory has been foreseen in God's plan. Do you think that God would not have a plan for our pious nation? Of course there is a plan. There must always be a plan. I've seen it myself, let me tell you, and I've seen it as clear as I see you all right now, or just before my eyes. And who else to lead this adrift government, other than those who can clearly read that plan? Who are we to stand against God's will? Stronger Catholic Church. Such a shame the nation is not ruled by God then. He loses a bunch of popularity. Or, but surely God wants the far left to win. Extra momentum for the far left. How's the momentum counts looking? I think we can throw a little bit more momentum to the far left. Alright, and now we've unlocked socialism. Cool. Alright, so we're going to get some revolution events for a while. Maybe I can do something to satisfy them. New South Wales Treaty of Transit, Commerce, and Friendship. Affects Italy is supporting the independence of New South Wales, allows Italy to build in New South Wales. Relations between New South Wales and Italy will change by 1 every 50 days. New South Wales gets modifiers for being the source of some directed articles. New South Wales, what are you? You're a British colony. What on earth? No. I don't want to invest in you, New South Wales. You're a British colony. Alright, so that's the end of that war. I've unfortunately lost my ability to engage in military adventures in Occitania, which sucks, because I would have loved to do that. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe that was an event thing. I don't know. The procession of provocations. Dissidents in Apulia have announced plans for a major march around government offices in the near future. While they profess peaceful intentions and claim everyone will be unarmed, the march itself will obviously serve as a rallying point for those unhappy with the government. That damn parade and that infernal music. I can't even see them from here, but I can hear them loud and clear. Stop that march by any means necessary. 33% chance each of Civil War progress goes down, Civil War progress goes up, and 10% of lower starting pops become more radical, or 2% of pops become radical, or let them go ahead. 5% pops, lower starting pops become more radical, 50% chance each of Civil War progress going up and down. I'm going to do the first one, and it went down. Excellent. So we've only got another 45 days. Hopefully we can get another go with this, and then we'll see how that impacts our overall situation. This number is making me feel pretty good, but obviously this number could be better. We're still in the number 3 position. Freaking North German Federation is out ahead of us, which I don't love. So what can I do to make this better? I can... The obvious thing is I can secularize the government a little bit. I think that would be... I think that could be good. They would prefer that. And that would make my country a little bit more generally welcoming. This is so silly. Like, quite silly. Come on, it's beautiful. So now, here's the... What's the predicted militancy? I'm going to go towards 94%. So, how can I rob them of some momentum? If we go to freedom of conscience, I'll put them down to 69%. If we go to total separation, that'll put... But nobody wants this. Only the intelligentsia want this. Okay, alright. Let's take a quick look at the positivist movement. They like state atheism and total separation. They like a more authoritarian system, and they like the... Well, alright, well maybe we'll just have to deal with their... Maybe we'll just have to deal with the revolution for a little bit. Let's, let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and stop... Why is it costing me authority for those monopolies? That's curious. I'm going to go ahead and stop the Greener Grasses campaign, and I'm going to start suppressing this movement. Also, let's take a look at our budget situation. Okay, so there are places where we're quite short on taxation capacity now. Piedmont, we need 5 levels. Lombardy, we need... How much are we short by? Lombardy, we need 4 levels. Parma, we need 2 levels. Tuscany, we need 4 levels. Did I do Tuscany already? I don't think so. No. Apulia, we need 1 level. Sicily, we need 2 levels. And then finally, in Campania, we need how much? 5 levels. I think we might be able to snag it with only 4. And then we have a little shortage in Emilia as... Oh, no, this is Emilia. Alright, I got that one wrong. Alright. So let's quickly do that, and then maybe there are some areas where I can cut government, because this is going to cost us a lot of cash. Ooh, I can incorporate Corsica. I would very much like to incorporate Corsica. Let's do it. It's weird, because now we've got a lot of bureaucracy to play with. So I guess this build is maybe better for a higher sort of efficacy government. I'm going to throw in... or higher institution, a more institutional government. Beautiful. There's our election. So now what do the prospects look like if I want to go to... Yeah, still nothing on this. On secularizing the government, that is. I can get a little bit more legitimacy if I bring the agrarian party in, so let's do it. In fact, we're up to a righteous government, which is nice. Alright, Denmark wants some wood and trade privileges in exchange for investments. I don't want investment in Denmark. Oppressor and oppressed. As our industries have grown more and more crucial to the future of the Italian nation, so too has the working class. Disparate workers' movements have begun to unite under the cause for socialism. The development of modern industry, therefore, cuts from under its feet the very foundation on which the bourgeoisie produces and appropriates products. What the bourgeoisie, therefore, produces above all are its own grave diggers. Its fall and the victory of the proletariat are equally inevitable. A storm approaches. 5% of laborers' pops in Lazio become more radical, and we now have the specter haunting the world event chain. So, the rising prevalence of socialist unrest within Italy has begun to coalesce into a movement that threatens the rule of the upper classes. Struggle between classes has acquired a sharper edge as Italian workers adopt the methods and principles of the socialist movement. So, this is going up every month from support and activism of socialist, communist, and anarchist movements, and it's going down from states with loyalists. So we'll see. I still don't think this is going to impact much overall in the game, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And we've unlocked the monitor. Beautiful. Right. I was going to upgrade my frickin' fleet to torpedo boats, which I cannot upgrade frigates from. Alright, so we're going to need to do some finagling here. So, I'm going to need 45 total levels. So we'll do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And then we're going to cut the frigates and hope that doesn't create a giant problem. Obviously this is going to cost the government more money, but it is what it is. I've got to do what I've got to do. I think I may have mixed up the taxation capacity and infrastructure in Sicily. So we'll throw those in at the top of the queue. Get those right done. And how are things looking for taxation capacity? We're still a little short in Campania. Still a little short in Sicily and a little short in Corsica. But things will be better in Corsica once the turmoil is down. Once the area is incorporated. Campania is here. No, we're good on taxation capacity in Campania. No, it's only Sicily and Corsica. Alright, we did it. We're good. We're good to go. We're just doing the fleets thing, and then that'll be sorted out, and we'll all be in a good place. We do, in fact, have the ability to do some like workers' rights and stuff, but I don't have anyone who wants that in the country. So, you know, we'll just have to keep doing what we're doing and hope it works. Let's go ahead and cut some admin. I know that I've got an overabundance of admin. So in Corsica, I'm going to leave that for now. Savoy, I can cut maybe 4 levels. Lazio, I think I might be able to cut 5. Lazio, no, Savoy's only got 1 level. Lazio I can cut 4, I think, comfortably. Abruzzo and Umbria, all of them. Interesting. Yeah, they're producing 15 taxation capacity. Yeah, I'm still positive in all areas. Alright, that's looking good. Can even cut my one level in Savoy without causing a problem. Alright, alright. Again, I'm incorporating Corsica right now, so that taxation capacity might be higher. Well, that's made things quite strange in the shape of the government, but hopefully it's good. Alright, so. Industrial-grade materials. Industrialists find the high price of steel in the capital an impediment to their ambitions, and would like us to prioritize importing it. Sir? What? If you would stop downsizing the steel mills, then the price of steel in the capital would not be so high, you goober. I'm going to say their ambition should be to make steel first, not use it. I don't know what to do with that situation. A crisis of health. A prominent Italian political exile, Leopoldo Membretti, has fallen severely ill during his time overseas. He is petitioned to return home for enough time to seek medical treatment. He's a radical in line with the rural folk. The character of a man matters not. Pestilence may come for them all the same. He should face the consequences of his actions. He dies. We can afford to display mercy to the sick. He gets extra health. We get extra prestige. Or he may feel free to stay after he's treated. He gains extra health. We gain prestige. He becomes employed by Italy. I'm just going to do the middle one. My memory was he fled the country immediately last time, so not worried about it. We're actually going down in progress here now because we've got policing and home affairs institutions pretty high. So that's fine. That makes sense. So, as our fleets get increasing in size, we are just going to go ahead and start. We've got a lot of these places built, so I'm just going to start cutting frigates like a wild one, and hopefully that'll get those torpedo boats built. Accidental good press for Austria. Private correspondence, exchanged by members of the Anti-Austrian League, have been published in pamphlets. The letters praise Austria, contrary to the intentions of the petite bourgeoisie. Frustration brews at the gathering of all the Anti-Austrian League members. Many are quick to blame the petite bourgeoisie for this mishap, with a series of pamphlets distributed without their sanction. One member challenges the fervor of the group. Yes, this was not our intention, but is this not one minor setback in our grand undertaking? Good press for Austria is harmless. The League becomes angrier, but it improves relations with Austria. Or they should pull any remaining pamphlets. 5% of the petite bourgeoisie members in Austria become more radical, or become more loyalist. I'm going to do the second one. I love getting extra loyalists. Alright, so that is getting us basically to the conclusion of the episode. We did a big naval reform. Positivist movement is being weakened. They're going to go down to protesting, but hopefully that'll completely sort them out. This is just kind of an upper-class movement at the current moment, so I'm not really worried. I don't think they're really going to raise much of a challenge to the government whatsoever. So, but that is all the time we got for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.